If you're looking for 3 rows of luxury with some rugged appeal and capability, the Land Rover Discovery is for you. Now, full disclosure, I'm going to talk about the 2023 model. This is not a 2023 model, but I'll show you everything that you get on here from the exterior to the interior and take it out on the road for a test drive and show you what's new for the upcoming 2023 model. Let's get started. Real quick, my name is Nolan. I do full reviews like this every single week, but so I don't waste your time, look in the description below. I put some chapters down there so you can skip around from part to part and go wherever you want in the video. If you want to see more Land Rover material, I've got a few different videos, including the Defender, in the description below as well. But let's jump into it. Welcome everyone to this Land Rover Discovery. Now I'm going to talk about this one and the 2023 models, and there's even a new trim for 2023. So the trims here, we get the P300 or P360, you've got the base S or the R Dynamic, and then the 360 gives you the R Dynamic or the R Dynamic HSE. But for 2023, you've got a new top trim called the Metropolitan with a ton of standard features and good looks. Now, starting right up front, first of all, I have this lifted in its off-road 2 position, but you've got Discovery across the front, you've got these black accents like at the bottom and with those little rakes coming into that vent right there. You're gonna get LED headlights and LED daytime running lights standard, but there's something special about these. So these are the optional premium LED headlights that are $400. They're a little more distinct with their graphic here. Otherwise, I'm not real sure of the main difference as far as light output. Then you're gonna get LED fog lights down here as well. Now the paint color on this one is the Lanta Bronze, if I'm saying that right. It is an optional paint color, and we even have the optional black contrast roof for $1,000. What do you think of that? The black contrast roof will actually be standard for 2023 R Dynamic models. Wheels are going to vary quite a bit from 20 to 22 inches. These are the optional glossy black 21-inch wheels for $2,000. I like the Discovery badge up there. Plus the mirrors get their own turn signals. We've got cameras in them. They're glossy black. They're even automatic dimming. They tilt down in reverse, and you've got a blind spot monitor. This has the iconic Land Rover design here, and dimensionally it's 195 inches long with the air suspension, so ground clearance is up to 11.1 inches, and it can almost go through 3 feet of water. For a 3-row vehicle, the dimensions are not very big, so the exterior dimensions are not huge, but we'll talk about space in a second. I like these LED taillights. Those are also standard. You've got the LED blinker integrated in there. We even have the rear fog light as well, and you can get a hitch receiver optional. What do you think of the rear end? Tall and upright, just like Land Rover design. Now this one has the air suspension, so that gives us the ability to move up and down from the normal ride height. So right now we're in the access height, so it makes it really easy to get in, easier to load stuff. But check this out, I'm gonna move up to the normal height. And then right there, just like that, you can touch the screen, we move up to the normal height. Now we'll go to off-road. Now we're in off-road 1, and then we have off-road 2. Boom, so we've reached that height. We can get over 11 inches of ground clearance with this height, or you can drop down 1.5 inches from the normal height with the access height. So that's really nice with this air suspension. Now as we go to the back, one quick note is that there is a hands-free option to be able to get into the cargo area without touching anything, but with us, we don't have that. We just have the regular power gate. There's a little button under there. And behind the 3rd row, this is pretty tiny. I mean, if you're gonna have the 3rd row up frequently, you might as well get a bigger vehicle because this cargo area is tiny back here, just 9 cubic feet, but you do have a split fold. So you could have one person back here, have one side folded, and have some decent space. Quick note is that there is a spare tire standard underneath. Now behind this 3rd row, there's a couple really nice conveniences. You've got a hook right there that could be good for grocery bags or hooking some items down. That's on both sides. You've got power adjustable seats. The folding 3rd row, electric folding 3rd row, is a $300 option. You also have a 12-volt power outlet, and there's an LED light on both sides. And check this out, you can actually lower or raise the vehicle with that button to make it a little bit easier to load items. I'll show you that in just a little bit. But folding these seats is easy. You can just push the button once, the headrest will automatically fold, and there they go. Once you get this is about 45 cubic feet, and it does lay nice and flat. That right seat didn't quite go down all the way, but on both sides there's still a little area to hook something or tie something down. We have this tonneau cover that can be mounted right there to cover this whole area, and there's even a little privacy cover up underneath of this glass here as well. So Land Rover really does make this rear area nice and practical, although the electric folding function is an option. And then, like I said, you have power folding second row seats. I'll show you that in just a second. Fold them down and check it out. Even if that passenger seat is in the way, it will automatically move that, no problems at all. And you've got a split fold in the middle. With everything folded here, you get about 74.5 cubic feet. So this is a really nice space. It's just a huge open area. So the third row is not ideal, but space behind it. But once you get that folded down, you've got great space. And by the way, the power folding function is up and down. Land Rover gives us the smart key system, of course. There's no remote start with the key fob, but you can use the app for that. And then it's nice that you can actually turn your lights on. And this is kind of a big, bulky key fob. And the way this works is it's just all by sensor. To lock it, you push that button. It's a sensor in the back. To unlock it, the mirrors will power fold as well. And that works on all doors, which is also great. At night, there's even a puddle lamp on the ground with the Land Rover emblem, which looks pretty cool. Now, as we move into the front seats, these are going to vary a little bit depending on trim, but these seats are very comfortable and one of my favorite seats that I've been in a little while, actually. And there's a couple reasons for it. So these are leather. They've got good bolstering on the side. The headrest is adjustable forward and backwards, just like it is up and down. And you've got all these power adjustments down here. So you've got four-way lumbar support. This is even to adjust the bolsters, your typical height and recline function. Everything is really nice. And I love that you can adjust the bolsters. The headrest is not intrusive. And you even have these captain's armrests. So check that out. This folds down. You can twist this so it comes lower or have it be higher. Even the passenger gets that. These also have memory settings. So you've got 3-position memory setting on this side, and that's a power adjustable steering wheel. There's even memory settings on that side, and you can have it automatically move to your preferred spot. Space in here is also good. I've been totally fine. I mean, I think most people are going to be comfortable in here. I really like the bolstering and comfort of these seats. They feel plush, the leather is soft, the cushion is good. I've been able to spend a couple 100 miles in here and I've been really comfortable. These seats are heated on here, but they're not ventilated on this particular model. You can get them ventilated, just not in our particular equipment. Now, moving to the back seat, this is a fairly family-friendly vehicle with decent space, but it's not ideal, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. The back seat is still really nice. You've got nice soft materials up here, a really good grab handle, and the same soft, durable feeling material here, and a built-in bottle holder. Plus, this can light up to be an exit alert monitor, so that little emblem will light up if there's a car coming before you open up this door, so there's no accidents. The other nice thing is that there is a good size grab handle right here, and in the back of the seats, this is to be able to mount items, plus you've got a USB charging port. These seats are also leather wrapped just like up front, and there's a power function on these seats, and you can even control the third row seats with that. So sitting behind myself, I'm 5'9". I really don't have as much foot space and knee space as I thought I would, considering the size of the vehicle. It's definitely enough, but it's not ideal. Over here, we've got air conditioning vents, but there is an update that I'll talk about in a little bit. A little storage area, and then a few different charging ports down there, from 12-volt power outlet to USB. The middle has a center folding armrest that stays elevated for good cushion and bottle holders. One of my complaints is that my car seat, rear-facing car seat with a little extension, I definitely cannot fit it behind where I like to sit. So even at 5'9", I'd have to have that seat forward. That front passenger seat is further forward than my passengers would prefer as well. So child seats, things like that, not the best in here. Aside from that though, headroom is good in here. I definitely have plenty of that, and it's nice that these seats can recline forward and backward. So here's one thing, like I said, there's air conditioning vents. You can get a 4-zone climate available, and for 2023, a 3-zone climate will be standard. So that means the back seat on every trim level in 2023, or for 2023 models, is going to have their own automatic climate controls. And these seats can be heated, but they're not on our model. One inconvenience is that with these power adjustable second row seats, you can see I scooted it forward so the seat can scoot forward and backwards, but in order to fold it to be able to get in, the car has to be on. So if you have kids or you want to get somebody back here, you literally have to turn the car on before you can move this seat. That's really inconvenient. Now here's the thing, sitting behind where this seat is all the way back, my knee is driving into it and I can't quite sit comfortably. You could obviously move it forward a little bit, but look at the space right there. That's not ideal, and it runs into my car seat. So car seat planning with these seats is kind of a pain in the butt. So if you don't have a car seat, this is pretty good, but not ideal. The other thing about the third row is that there are no cup holders or chargers specifically for this third row. Headroom is actually okay. I can sit back here. You know, this kind of has an elevated type of roof in the back, and headroom is good. So most people can fit back here. If you don't have car seats, it's going to be much better. Now, as we take a look at the interior of the Discovery, there's a lot of nice features and nice materials in here, and I'll go over everything in pretty good detail. So first of all, on the steering wheel, we have the cold climate pack. This is a heated steering wheel. We even get a heated windshield and heated washer jets. So wintertime, for $600, get that cold climate pack, you'll be set. The steering wheel is quite interesting as well. You've got Land Rover's unique controls. So the controls change depending on what menu you have. It's pretty easy to operate, and it's a comfortable steering wheel to hold on to with this full leather wrap. You even have rain sensing windshield wipers over here. Quickly over on the door, all your window controls are up above. This is a really nice soft material right here. I really like this. This is very comfortable. Even the armrest is kind of a soft but durable type feeling material, similar to what you see in the Defender. This metal trim, a really good bulky grab handle, even a nice bulky metal door handle too. There's a good amount of storage down there. Bottle doesn't fit there. It does fit right there, but there is still some space on the left. Right in front of us, Land Rover gives us this 12.3-inch display. You can have a 2-gauge setup where it's all digital like this. You can have a single gauge setup. You can control everything with your steering wheel to change the layout. It's pretty slow to move around and do different things, but once you get it set up where you want, you can pretty much keep it in whatever way you want. You can have an entire map in front. You can have just your media information, driver assistance stuff. It depends what you want. You can customize the information that's on the left or the right. Overhead, there's also a head-up display, which is optional for $970. It's pretty good size, and it's clear to see. And the materials in here are also really nice. I don't usually talk about that unless it's nice or cheap. And this is all soft up here. It's soft all along the dash, right here. Even down here, this is a nice material. It reminds me of the Defender that I was recently in. You could do have some shiny black plastic here, but check this out. Open it up, and then you're full of little storage area and nice soft material. It's kind of like a little hidden compartment. So that's pretty cool. We get the 11.4-inch PV Pro touchscreen here. It's okay. I like everything that you can do on here. You know, I really don't have a ton of complaints. Your home screen can be customized. There's really a ton of different things that you can see. So you can have icons like this, or you can change up the way that it looks. This does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. As of right now, I have to be wired. It is not wireless. However, there is an update out there somewhere for a wireless Apple CarPlay Android Auto. I'm not sure when it's coming to the Discovery. Maybe it already has, so keep an eye out for that. But you got some quick shortcuts here too. So go to this car. You can quickly do brake hold or engine auto stop start, your ride height as well. So you can do your off-road height, access height, normal height, however you want. And the cool thing about the brake hold button is you don't even have to go touch it. So I don't have it activated right now, but if I push on the brake hard enough, the hold button lights up, as you can see in the top left, but now I'm in park. Another thing about this screen is that you have a quick access button to some short settings, or even your parking camera, which we'll quickly kind of look at here. So look at this. I love this camera because you can really see like right next to the vehicle. Look at that. I mean, it's just crazy. You can tap on wherever you want to see it. So this can be very helpful. They also have off-road oriented cameras, as you can see down here. So Land Rover has this clear sight ground view camera to where you can literally see as if you don't have anything in front of you. There's just like a perfect camera to see down. So off-road capability, it is not short at all on that, including the weight sensing information right over here, your slope. You can even see the wheel information. There's a ton of off-road oriented type of things that you can do. So Land Rover, as always, is geared towards adventure. We have the optional Meridian surround sound system. So we've got 14 speakers plus a subwoofer. 8 speakers is standard, 12 speakers is optional, and this 14 speaker system is even more. For 2023, all trims are going to get the 12-speaker system, not this surround sound, but they'll still get the upgraded Meridian sound. So that's standard on all 2023 models. Below that, we have dual zone climate control up here. I talked about some of the 3-zone and 4-zone in the back, but you push this if you want to turn on ventilated or heated seats. If you have those, you pull it to adjust the fan speed, or you can just leave it and adjust your temperature independently. I like it, it works well. Heated windshield button on there too. Wireless charging mat right there, and then an extra little storage area and a USB charging port. The wireless charging mat comes with a signal booster, so it's supposed to give you better reception, clearer signal, etc. And that's going to be standard. Wireless charging will be standard on all trims for 2023 as well. Now moving back, we've got this shifter, which is quite unique. So I really like this material on here because you do kind of rest your arm on there, and there's the volume button right here. I wish the volume button was in a different place, but if you rest your hand here, you can just kind of twist it with the fingers or use the steering wheel, obviously. But I like the materials around here. You've got your drive mode control button right here to where you can shift and turn with that. Even some off-road controls like a low range button or downhill descent. The bottle holders are unique. You have a large open bottle holder right there. You've got this insert that can come out and be moved around so you can have skinnier drinks or wider drinks. Then there's just an extra little storage slot right here. This armrest is nice and comfortable, and like I said, you get these captain's armrests, so you can get them completely out of the way and not bother you, or you can twist this knob a certain amount and have it stop there, have it stop here, or even a little bit further. But open this up, you've got one tier up here that's just open, or at least just a little shelf right there, a couple of USB charging ports there, and then you've got this wide open area down here with a soft liner inside. One cool little detail for the passenger side is there's this little hook next to the glove box, maybe for a purse or to sling something up. A couple more goodies is you've got a regular glove box. It does not lock. I wish it did. But then up here, push this and you've got an extra little storage compartment up there that's softly lined. That's pretty cool. Automatic dimming rearview mirror with garage controls. There's no sunglass holder up there, but there is a double moonroof. So first of all, there is one right here up above us, and then back there's one above the third row cargo area. The second row kind of gets screwed, but at least you got this double roof here. One more feature we don't have is that you can get a front cooler, a cooled bin, but we don't have that in here. And when you pull the visor out, this does not extend. It doesn't have a sliding piece. It's pretty good size, so you're pretty well covered with this side area anyways. Under the hood, there are two different powertrain options. One 4-cylinder turbo 2-liter at 296 horsepower, or this one under here. Under the hood of this one, we've got the 3-liter mild hybrid inline 6-cylinder with 355 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque, paired with an 8-speed automatic and all-wheel drive standard. Efficiency isn't really that bad. It's actually up to 24 on the highway, and for a vehicle that's this capable and has this kind of ride height capability, it's hard to beat, even though it's not great, not going to compare to some 3-rows, but it can also tow 8,200 pounds with this engine. So this is ready for adventure. It's definitely a good family hauler, it's a good off-roader, and it's good for towing. All right, y'all, let's get behind the wheel of this Land Rover Discovery. So my first impression, this is my first time driving the Discovery. Not this week, I've driven it all week, but first time driving a Discovery from Land Rover, and I like it for the most part. My first impression was, man, these seats are just comfortable and plush. And I wish the ride was the same. The ride's a little bit on the harsh side, especially I think because of these big 21-inch wheels. There's not a lot of tire on here. There is an excuse me, we do have the air suspension. I'm not sure how it is or how it compares to non-air suspension from Land Rover, but on the other hand, it still feels nice to drive, even though it is kind of harsh on some bumps. Overall ride, if you're not hitting big bumps, is pretty darn good. And this mild hybrid 6-cylinder turbo is pretty good. I mean, it's punchy. It's not as punchy as a smaller vehicle with a large engine like this, or a powerful engine. It's got good power numbers. They're not blowing you away power numbers, but I mean, when you get on it, you've got some good punch. You've got low 6-second range, 0 to 60. The base engine is not as powerful with its numbers, but it still is fairly quick, 0 to 60, if that's a huge factor for you. But you've definitely got more power here. The thing about the steering on here is it's kind of floaty. The vehicle in general feels kind of floaty, even if you're not in a tall ride height. So it's definitely not something you want to be taking around corners quickly. It feels like a big SUV, a little bigger than what it actually is. But if I got rid of ride comfort, or if this had nice ride comfort, I wouldn't care as much about the handling. This is not supposed to handle well. I just wish we didn't have as big of wheels, and you can get 20-inch wheels on here, but these are the 21-inch wheels, you know. But ride, not perfect. The rest of the ride is pretty good. I mean, the rest of the driving impressions on here, I like the ergonomics of everything in here. There's no command independent controller for that. It is a touch screen, you have to touch it, it's touch reliant, but I like the size of the screen. I like this display right here. Information is good, comfort is good. This armrest over here is nice. This captain's armrest is really nice. One thing to note, we have a lane keeping system, blind spot monitors, emergency braking, but adaptive cruise control is an optional feature that is not standard. So if you get in here and you expect to see that, it's optional. You got to pay extra for that. Now I'm just gonna put it in sport mode. This does have paddles, and you've got a little S gear select here. A little bit of pedal down, you get some pretty good torque right away. It's holding the RPMs here, so if I put the pedal down, you got pretty good punch without a ton of engine noise coming in here too. And when you put it in S mode, the head-up display changes a little bit to where you can actually see the RPMs. Passing power in here is definitely good. For a big vehicle, you know, it does feel like a big vehicle driving, or it's not even that big, but it feels bigger than it is. I guess it's just one way to put it. Put it back in normal drive mode, and it settles down that transmission. The transmission's been mostly smooth, but there have been a few clunks slowing down. Maybe it'll work itself out after a while with a learning transmission, but something to keep in mind. As far as road noise in here, most of the time road noise is good. It's not as quiet as I was expecting. We don't have laminated glass here, but it's a pretty windy day, and I'm not hearing a ton of wind regardless of my speed. And rough textured roads, it's not bad either. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's quiet enough for a luxury vehicle. It just didn't blow me away. But on the overall, driving this Land Rover, I like it. I think it does a good job. I just wish it had a little softer ride because it is a luxury vehicle. But it's got these huge wheels on it, got this air suspension. I love that you can adjust the access into it automatically, and it just has this plush, comfortable feel on these seats too. There's a lot to like about the driving dynamics and impression of this car overall. But let's go ahead and wrap things up. Now to wrap things up on the Land Rover Discovery, 2022 doesn't really get any changes, but 2023 does. So Land Rover makes it a little more appealing, some more standard features, even a new top trim level. But still, if you're looking for a family hauler, 3 rows, good space overall, and the rugged, luxurious appeal that you get with the Discovery, you're gonna really like this. It does get pretty expensive with different options and trim levels that you can get on here, but it really offers a lot in terms of its capability, because you don't find the luxury and capability very often that mixes just like it does in this Discovery. Let me know down below what you think of this, and if you want to see something even a little more rugged, check for the Defender in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you liked it, and have a great day.